Teachers are an essential part of this partnership between FIU and ANGARI because we do believe that for students to become the next ocean advocates, teachers need to be able to inspire them to do so.
Coastal Ocean Explorers Sharks Teacher Workshop is a 2-day program. The first day of the program is shore-based, and it's designed to allow the K-12 teachers from throughout the state to learn about cutting-edge shark research from scientists from Florida International University. They also receive a number of educational resources, lesson ideas, activities to help them incorporate that content into their classes. On the second day of the program, they head offshore on a research vessel in ANGARI to fish for, study, and tag sharks with those same scientists and their teams for a very hands-on experience that mirrors that we do with the K-12 students over the course of the year.
We went through the sort of work that we're doing at FIU, the research that we're doing that we're contributing samples to directly from ANGARI.
We introduce them to sharks, their importance, their conservation, their ecology and behavior, and then the reasons why we study sharks and why ANGARI helps us study sharks.
I walked through my research with great hammerhead sharks where we are using biologgers or essentially Fitbits on these animals in order to look at their fine scale movement and behaviors.
It is a real food chain in the Everglades. We try to get as accurate as possible with this stuff. We introduce them to the curriculum that we have developed in a partnership with ANGARI, talking about mercury accumulation in coastal sharks, such as bull sharks.
I love sharks, so it just made sense that this would be something I could jump into that I could also take back and share something that I love with my class. It was really cool to really meet the science team and to learn about the research that they're doing individually, and then you take research that you didn't even know was being done and you actually get to go out on the boat and see it being done in action, and that's something that most people don't get the opportunity to see. This opportunity can give kids exposure that otherwise they would never have.
Probably my favorite part of the shore-based day was the research, seeing what other scientists have done and seeing their research and their analysis and conclusions that they've made.
The shore day was very well organized. The information was really interesting. A lot of us know this information, or we think we do really well, but I was engaged the entire time. There was a lot of new things I hadn't heard. The activities they had planned were well designed, so very engaging program on the shore day. Just wonderful experience, great opportunity.
It sounded super interesting, start to finish. Ecology research and kind of some of the other things that we discussed yesterday, like I can use very easily.
I teach environmental management, which is a class that includes fisheries management as part of the curriculum. And so that was something that appealed to me, but also with my experimental science kids, those students are doing individual research projects, like really high level things. So it was nice to see real scientists doing their research just like my students do, and hopefully be able to tie that in somehow with some individual or class projects with my students.
The shore-based day, it was definitely a huge highlight, learning about drum lines, understanding the patterns of sharks and what sharks live in our waters, which I wasn't very well informed, and learning about the biotech and the tracking and things that I would say that I wasn't very familiar with, and taking that awesome experience along with the information of the biotech, the science information, and going out on the boat is easy to put it into a curriculum that I'm creating for my class about local Florida sharks, their life cycles and things like that.
The educators were able to actually go out with us on a shark research expedition where we did the same thing we would do on our regular science crew, except for the educators were able to take part.
Coming out on a boat is a brand new experience to me, and it was absolutely amazing to see research being done firsthand and getting to take part in that as well.
Our water day was amazing because we got to see a great hammerhead shark, which is obviously, it was one of the biggest anyone on the ship had seen, which made it even more impressive.
It was really cool to watch while they put this 12.5-foot massive hammerhead shark that came in.
So day one, we got to see the hammerheads, which was really cool. And then day two, we got to work with nurse sharks. So both were super awesome experiences.
We got to see 2 nurse sharks, and on top of that, we also got to see a turtle and some dolphins. I'm gonna try and bring back so much of this to the kids because I think it's vital to them. They hear about research that gets done, but they never get first hands-on, so I would like to actually bring kids to do this.
Kids always really enjoy knowing that, hey, people actually do this. I'm not just learning about this just for the reason. And when you can bring that personal experience in, it makes it that much more cool and awesome and relatable. And with the data that we've collected, it's really cool to be able to apply that in class, and the kids are working with data that you've invested time with, and now they're investing time into analyzing it. So bringing it full circle.
The crew and the team is the ethical decisions that are being made. They definitely, you can tell, care for not only the boat, but the people on the boat, but the care that they have for the animals and making some tough calls that maybe you're gonna miss the research, but it's the best interest of the animal. And that's something that I think that kids could really hone in on right now, is about caring for something bigger than yourself.
The fact that really impress upon them how these animals, they really live next to where we work, where we live, where our school is, that not only should we understand that they're there, but we should appreciate that they're there. We could help steward the environment, and just letting them see these animals by doing a program like this really will help raise their awareness and their understanding that this is their backyard.
Wait over on the left side like we did before, and yell, wait in.
Wait in!
Wait. You're gonna toss it over? I'm tossing.
Woo! The most exciting part from this weekend is being able to connect with educators within the state of Florida. I mean, we all do this work because we are passionate about ocean conservation, particularly as that relates to the Florida environment. So one of the real advantages of getting the educators out here is that they got to learn really in depth about the research we're doing. They got to put their brain power and expertise into how we can translate that into a curriculum that not only gets the kids excited and gets them learning about this research, but that actually fits science standards in the state of Florida.
And if you ever need an extra person, I'm only 3 hours away.
And then being able to hear from the educators that do this sort of outreach and education around marine science as their job, and getting to learn from them has been really exciting. And then also getting to share the behind the scenes of the research that we do.
By bringing out teachers from across the state, we're able to increase the reach and impact of the program and share the experience with students around our area, both this year and into the future. One thing that we really hope that teachers gain from this experience is a community of learning, not just amongst the other K-12 teachers, but also amongst the collaborating scientists that act as mentors and our own crew here at ANGARI Foundation, so that they can reach out to us and let us help them support the integration of ocean science into their classrooms, both now and into the future. So I think one of the highlights for me over the course of the expeditions in particular was seeing the teachers actually engage with the scientists and the rapport that they were able to build. They really got involved, were super comfortable asking questions, were super excited about the experience, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do in the year to come.
And it's really important for us to be able to share this with the broader Florida community as well as the world. So to be able to have face-to-face with the educators that are hopefully taking some of this back to their classrooms was really special.
It is really cool to be able to not only show shark research adapted to the classrooms, but get feedback on how to make it even fit better the curriculums for different teachers in different schools. I'd say we should do it more than once a year because it's a lot of fun.